Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing my makeup, and usually I'll talk you through everything that I'm doing, but today I just want to have a morning chat, and I figured I wanted to have this chat with you guys. I'm going through some challenges, or I'm having a hard time making some certain decisions right now, and they are creator related, so I figured who else to turn to than the people who have been caring to watch what I'm doing for the past 4 years. But I'm posting this to the channel, which is just me talking, so it's already kind of not so much on brand. And the reason that I'm saying that is because obviously the Naja channel has been a fashion and style channel for all the time that it has existed. That's how it's grown to the size that it has. Obviously, after the long break, I don't get as many views as I did then. But still, we're quite a few people considering there's been a hiatus, and I've sort of clocked that the people who are still here sort of just consider me an old friend and are interested in what I have to say. So we're gonna talk about, all of that a little bit. So I still haven't really gotten into posting on the channel super consistently. I've been trying to force myself to do so, also with creating like outfit challenges on Instagram. But honestly, the thing is, like, when I go, for example, into my analytic tabs on YouTube, I can see what else you guys are watching, and you know, I can do some research into what the other style YouTubers are doing at the moment. And I think I'm just a place in my own personal journey where, even though I really care about style and fashion, like I truly do, I just don't know if I can see myself going back to creating videos like how to style this and how to do this and how to shop less. I mean, yes, you can create an entire brand out of that, but I mean, yeah, you would just repeat myself and regurgitate what I've already been talking about. Sorry, I just had to fix that. And then, you know, also around when I stopped posting on the channel consistently, I opened up another channel, Feminine Renaissance. That's right now at 80,000 something subscribers. And there I've also had like a break where I think, you know, I was a little bit overwhelmed with the success. I know that people were recognizing my voice. It was faceless at the time. And I was really struggling with feeling like the content I did was kind of cringe. You know, in some ways it's very, we've talked about this, but a little bit clickbaity, which honestly, that's just what works. And obviously the content struck a nerve with people. And I feel like all of what I'm talking about on that channel, those are sort of like the real things I feel like I have to contribute. I also just filmed a video for the other channel where I talk about the dark night of the soul. I don't know if any of you have experienced that. I had one years ago and it lasted a really long time. At the time I thought I was having a burnout, and yeah, the dark night of the soul takes a really long time to get over. So I've been in it for a lot of years. Also, when you guys first started seeing me posting on the channel, I was still in the dark night of the soul, which is funny because you will never know how people are actually doing unless they tell you. But yeah, stuff about spirituality, but more so pertaining to self-worth and the beliefs and the programming of your mind are the things that truly interest me. I don't even want to say like entirely, but like at least right now. And that's also why I made the other channel, because the brand here is obviously, again, it's style and clothes. And they always tell you when you're a creator that you need to pick a niche. And the niche I picked at the time when I started posting was clothes, because I was deeply interested in it. And still am, but again, it's turning into this thing where like, I don't know what to do with my brand. And I then post on Feminine Renaissance because I feel like I have something pertaining to that I want to create. But then, you know, I don't want to neglect this channel. And also this channel is obviously my name. The other one isn't. But then I also, you know, I have an Instagram account connected to the Feminine Renaissance, which is tiny. It's like 190 followers. But then why would it be more followers? Because I'm stretching myself so thin, trying to post to everything and make videos about anything that I could be interested in and that my viewers would want to watch. And again, it creates this thing where like I feel like I want to do it all, but because I try to do everything, I end up getting much less done. You know, it's so difficult to be following 2 carrots at the same time. And then whenever I do make a video for the channel, the majority, I mean, I do still get new subscribers to this channel. I also lose some, you know, it's sort of like the rate of like what is going faster. But if I were to just, you know, fully commit to doing fashion only on this channel, talk about it a lot, then, you know, the channel would start growing again. But it just, I don't want to say it feels shallow, because I feel like I've found a way to make this content that's not shallow, but just and to be fair, I really don't think fashion and style is shallow at all. So I don't really know where I'm taking that. I suppose it's like, yeah, I find it hard to see myself making videos like how to style a skirt. You know, I could do a video of how to style a skirt and then make an outfit with a button up, make an outfit with my trench coat, or make an outfit with like a turtleneck sweater. But like, as I'm doing that, I'm just like, it doesn't feel like I'm creating anything of purpose, which is not fair to say, because it is purposeful for a lot of people watching it and a lot of people still creating it. I suppose that what it really comes down to is I have other things on my mind now, and they're not greater or smaller. It's just, it feels purposeless because my purpose, what I care about, has moved a little bit. So for example, the tiny Instagram on Feminine Renaissance, do I just say like, you know what, screw that little Instagram, and trying to maintain some sort of personal brand at the same time, you know, really never really truly getting around to posting on Instagram because I feel confused with what I'm making. And then, you know, one of the biggest responses I've ever gotten on Instagram is when I made that video about, or a couple of videos about body image issues. So it seems that those things that are on my mind, which are a little bit more, pertain a lot more to mindset, are things that my followers even of this channel is more interested in. So like, yeah, where's the framework? Which box do I put myself in? Do I not put myself in a box, and do I just post whatever? But I feel like even creators that just post whatever, then their content is sort of vlogging only, or they're a fitness something. And I have been a fashion something up until this point, and I worry if I turn this channel into like whatever I want, well, then I still have to post on this channel and take away from the Feminine Renaissance. But do I just sort of like join these channels together a little bit, and yes, post here as a more sort of like personal take, but still talk about mindset, when I have an entire branded YouTube which talks about mindset? Like, how do I decide which channel to post on if I start creating similar subjected content on like each of them? Yeah, like, so a couple days ago I just filmed a video about the dark night of the soul that I will be posting on Feminine Renaissance because it pertains to spirituality, mindset, and also I went through a really difficult time when I went through mine. So it's sort of just like to give back. I've been feeling pulled to make this video, so that is what I've done. But that is the type of sitting down to talk video that I also make on this channel. And then I sat down the other day actually to film a video for this channel about the mindset of having a good body image, because that was the reels that I made that people requested that I made an entire YouTube video about. And like I said, I did already film it. I also started editing it. But then as I'm watching it, I'm sort of going like, why is this on the Naja channel? Why is this not on the Feminine Renaissance channel? I don't know. I'm really at a place where I feel so double-minded. I feel so confused about the branding. And to be fair, one of the reasons I created Feminine Renaissance, of course, it was a completely different topic, but also I felt sort of, I don't know if it was like an imposter syndrome or something like that, but I wasn't ready to stand by the content. You know, that's also partly why I made it faceless. I mean, there's a lot of other things that goes into that, but I was really fearful about telling people that that was my channel. And then at the end of the day, you know, I just had to do it anyway, because whatever you're fearful of is never going to stop unless you jump into what you're sort of like called to do. I feel like that's just something that I've learned. But funnily enough, like when I then told everyone here on the channel, on Instagram, you know, that means also that private people in my life have now found out about that channel. That's, I mean, that just have made things easier, if nothing else. I mean, I do have a little bit of residue of those old thoughts, but something I've also gotten to a point of now, which has always plagued me with this channel. One of the reasons I've had this channel and enjoyed it so much is because what we talk about is so inoffensive, and I think down to earth in such a sense that like most of the people that I get watching are sort of reasonable and almost like mature in a sense. You know, there's a I don't know, maybe that's just my projection, but I've always really liked my audience. I mean, I do get every once in a while I do get some I also get good criticism, but I also get some like unfair criticism or like even hate every once in a while. But That's just part of like the creator game, but that is definitely also one of the things that has sort of like held me back from talking about something that triggers people a lot more, which is like mindset, mentality, belief work, and also just having gone through a really rough time myself. You know, it does take a lot of strength to get to a place where you don't mind the projections of people. But it sort of like dawned on me for the first time, because I've always had this feeling as a creator that I couldn't be, wow, okay, we're really just gonna have a chat now, that I couldn't be deleting comments because that's not fair. You don't want to be looked at like someone who's trying to like control the narrative and like who can't take the hate. And I've gotten to a place where like I have almost entirely been able to release other people's opinions. You know how when they say that what others believe about you or say about you, it's, you know, a reflection of themselves, and if someone says something negative to you, it's because they're miserable people, all of that. I think we all know this because we're taught, we're told, and instinctively we know, but it took me until like months ago for that to like truly sink in to a point where it just, you know, everything just clicked and I was like, wow, you're right. And so criticism doesn't feel hard in the same way anymore. It's not just criticism of me, by the way. I'm also, for example, the videos that I make on the other channel, you know, it talks about in part why some women are so attractive, you know, trying to decode their mindset. And I always get comments on these videos that are so, let's just say mean or like demeaning about these women. And it sort of just like clicked for me. I was just like, I can delete whatever I want on that channel and this one. If I don't like what someone is saying, it's really not my job to make a community or environment where everyone is able to say whatever they want. If you say something on my platforms that I don't like, you know, I like to believe that I'm pretty reasonable in this sense, but it's up for me to delete that, like if I want to. For example, like on the other channel, I delete so many comments because people want to come in with like their limiting beliefs. They want to tear down the people that I make videos about for any reason. And it's sort of like the internet has become this place where everyone feel like they have a right to say anything wherever they want, but it is truly up to the creator if they want to let people perpetuate that narrative. And for example, the other channel, anytime there's anything I don't like, I just delete it because I don't want other people to come to a space that's supposed to be empowering and see someone else, I don't even want to say struggle. It's more just like projecting their shit onto the rest of the environment. It's almost like any place on the internet has become like a town square where anyone can go and piss wherever they want and then force other people to smell it. I used to think that I had to be so accommodating and so reasonable, and that's partly why I have this channel, which is so inoffensive, because if you have an opinion you don't agree with on this channel, well, I don't really care because it just pertains to clothes. But this other topic that is a bit deeper, I certainly care about it. But luckily now I've come to a place where like I truly see people who comment the things that they do for the people that they are, to be honest. My whole point with mentioning that is just that I've now come to a place where I can handle all of that. To be totally honest, I've been able to sort of release the weight of people's opinions, at least to an extremely large degree. Not that it doesn't, you know, sit a little bit. I think maybe that's also in stages, but I've definitely come really, really far with that. But like, what do I do? Do I just post, you know, whatever I want to the channel? Do I join them? Because like here I have a personal brand, and then I've tried to create some privacy over on the other channel, but I have since come out with my face on the new channel. Like, what do I do? Also with the Instagram is maybe like the best example, because I'm on that Instagram every day, but I don't post every day, which I should, but I just feel like it's very difficult for me to decide what should be posted, what's aligned with the brand. And I know that some of you are maybe gonna be watching this and think, oh, well, you know, you're so sweet, by the way. Oh, you know, you just post whatever, you know, you ramble, you feel like an old friend, and then we're gonna watch because of that. I don't know if that really is such a smart idea, but something has got to give, because what I'm doing right now is not working, and it's not doing like either situation justice. I don't know if any of what I just talked about made any sense whatsoever. And then, for example, you know, I also used to be a makeup artist, so, you know, my makeup is something we've always also talked about a lot throughout the years. So I do have a lot of just both interest and maybe also knowledge and opinions to show when it comes to like appearance, beautification, but it is the spiritual and not, it's almost like it's this wholeness as a woman I care about, you know, or the things that women a lot of the time usually care about, you know, our confidence, our relationships, our appearance, how we show up, which a lot of that is like makeup and style. And for me, you know, for some women, makeup and style is a way to really express yourself. I mean, to me, it's also a way to express myself, but I like to really just curate something that looks really good so that I can rest in some sort of like comfortability of how things are, you know, instead of always be like chasing the new next thing. And I've really come to a good place. Like I really feel like I'm not just speaking out of like theory. I feel like I am living that. You know, I don't change things up that much, and I still really try to maintain the things that I've curated to look the way that they do, both wardrobe and makeup. But then yes, it comes with this added point as well, which is the mindset of women, because as someone who, I talked about this a little bit in that other also intimate video that I've since then taken down, but you know, it took me personally a really long time to come around to like my worth and just the struggles I had to get over, you know, things that happened in my past and the mentality that had sort of developed as a result. That's something I've also been working on the side, just like I work on figuring out my style and figuring out the makeup and just trying to navigate around the beliefs that we're often sort of given as women and that we then adopt about, like, you know, aging and beauty and our worth and relationships. All of that is also something that I just really, I mean, obviously I'm really interested in. I know it's sort of like a buzzword for some, but like feminine energy and the differences between men and women is something that interests me greatly. And so is, I mean, yeah, I have other interests, but I think these are like the core things. And like it's a whole like holistic thing of trying to become the best version of yourself in a way that you don't have to overthink anything. It just feels really good. Like, for example, okay, the people who are just in that space right now, which by the way I have been too, so there's really no it's no shade, but the people who are in that space right now where they're following some of these girls on Instagram who are like really good at making things look really aesthetic, but it's all H&M, it's all Zara, we all know all of that is gonna, I mean, if you're on this channel, you know that that's gonna look like crap really soon. You'll have no good relationship to almost any of that clothes really shortly, and you're bound to start the process over and over again, and you're essentially chasing a feeling which is always going to make you feel like shit every time that high is over. So that's something that I've been able to like figure out for my style, where I'm now in a good place that I don't chase that high. And yeah, I've been trying to get to the same place with my mindset in many ways, and also honestly kind of feel like I've succeeded there as well. And then the same is also true for also health. For example, you know, for me, I've been able to create a pretty consistent workout routine, and I don't want to show the pictures because I just don't think I'm comfortable showing pictures like that, but my body composition has really changed over the last years, and I'm very happy with it also because, you know, I feel strong. I did that. Stuff like that. So it's sort of like this holistic approach to making every part of your life as like wholesome as possible, which is also not fair to say because some of that is also going to change. So it's not like you could ever get to a place of perfection, but you can certainly develop healthy habits in any area of life. And that is what I have been working at for the past probably 5 years, I'd say. Did I just like solve my own issue talking to you guys? I think maybe I did. Anyway, I'm gonna be posting this video, and then you know, hopefully I'll get you guys to, or hopefully I'll get some comments from you guys to just, yeah, like talk with me a little bit. It's my favorite part about this channel. It's the people who watch and the thoughtful responses I get to a lot of the videos that I make. And you know, when you think about the fact that like we've only talked about clothes and how analytical also you guys get with me, imagine what we could do with other topics in the same way pertaining to beauty, fitness, stuff like that. But then again, like they always say niche down, so maybe that is like branching out too far, talking about all of that. I don't know. I'm gonna continue thinking about it a little bit, and this is my makeup done, by the way. Yeah, I don't know. I've also thought actually maybe I should make a third YouTube channel where we just talk like this about whatever we want. But it's like, that's just expanding my issue, creating a third YouTube channel. I have to just come to terms with the fact that a change has happened and I need to adapt to that in some way. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. As always, please let me know any thoughts and opinions in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video and we'll see what that will be. Okay, bye.